Welcome to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio, and welcome to Game 2 of this two-game series between the Miami RedHawks and the number 1 ranked in the nation, North Dakota Fighting Hawks. This is Patrick Geshan joining you from the Goggin Ice Center in Oxford, Ohio, on the campus of Miami University. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well, last night's game was bizarre and eventful, to say the least. The RedHawks took a 2-0 lead less than 90 seconds into the game, but North Dakota battled back in a seesaw affair where both teams skated to a 2-2 tie. North Dakota arrives to tonight's game with a 7-game road unbeaten streak. The RedHawks enter with a 2-game winless streak and a 4-game winless streak here at Steve Cady Arena. It's Miami and North Dakota, the final meeting of the regular season tonight. We'll have our starting lineups and national anthem for you right now, and then puck drop of period 1 of Game 2 of this two-game series. Let's join the Goggin Ice Center public address. Here's Scott Schreiber. with that, welcome back into Steve Coach Cady right at the Goggin Ice Center. Tonight, Patrick Geshan with you here for what should be an exciting college hockey game from Oxford, Ohio. In net tonight for North Dakota, it's going to be number 1, Peter Thome, the 6'4", 205 junior out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, making just his 3rd appearance of the year. He came in last night for Adam Scheel, who made the start after the first period. Thome 0-1 on the year, 0.86 goals against average, 909 save percentage. The Columbus Blue Jackets draft pick for Miami. Another different starting goaltender tonight. Ryan Larkin to start last night. Tonight, the freshman Ben Cross gets the nod in that 6'4", 180 freshman out of Cranberry, New Jersey. 1-1-2 on the year. This will be his 5th start, 6th appearance. 2.92 goals against average, 893 save percentage for number 33 in white. RedHawks will take out Noah Jordan for the lineup tonight. They will insert Carter Johnson, who centers the 3rd line with Pletzky and Sladek. For North Dakota, pretty much the same lineup, but Shane Pinto is into the game after his 1-game suspension from a hit he had in one of the Saturday night games that North Dakota played against Omaha last weekend. So Pinto, the Ottawa Senators' highly touted draft pick, is back in the lineup tonight. North Dakota, the same uniforms as last night's game. They're in their road blacks with white stripes and green stripes. White lettering, white numbers, white names. Miami, new jerseys we haven't seen yet this year. They are baseball style. They say Miami, a script across the front. It's a white jersey with red lettering, red numbers, and it's got pinstripes down the sides of it that say the Brotherhood on them. You can only tell that from up close, but the RedHawks wearing these special uniforms tonight. It might be the only time we see them yet this year. Face-off went from Miami at center ice, but it's stolen away by Connell Adams at center. Casey Gilling regains control in the center circle and plays it down the left wing. Karch Bachman fires it from the near corner off the pads of Thome, and it's Jacob Bernard Docker back the other way for UND. Feeds Colin Adams over the line left wing. Little dish to the far side. Played there by Grant Mismash, who had a goal last night. Back to the left point. UND dumps it in. Matt Kierstead had it for a second. And a puck tied up behind the Miami net. Colin Adams skips it free. That was Kawaguchi. Back for Bernard Docker, right point. Fired off a shot. Adams in the left circle. Got it off Kros's pad. It goes back behind the net. And Jack Clement will skate it up the near wing for the RedHawks as the first shift is over. For both lines, all forwards and defensively. Machad over the line right wing for North Dakota. Top of the near circle. A shot on Kros. Hit him in the breadbasket. He makes the save. For the second shot on goal for North Dakota tonight, the RedHawks have won 53 seconds into the first period here from Goggin. And the face-off will come to the left of Ben Cross for the Miami RedHawks. Matt Berry will take it against Shane Pinto. One back to Pesky at the line. He fires a slapper in, and Cross with a chest makes the save. Berry with a puck back to center ice. It's loose in the circle. Picked up by Mahalik. Over the line on the right wing. Pinto, nice stick check there. And the RedHawks are offside as Pinto knocked it out of the zone at the line. And then Ben Lowndes coming in front of the UND bench was offside to whistle the play dead. And a good stick check there by Pinto to knock it free in front of the net. So 18:53 is left in the first period. UND leading the shots by a 4-1 margin already. Neutral ice draw. Carter Johnson squares off at it with Mark Senden. UND wins it back to their own end, and it's played on the far side by Andrew Pesky. Trying to play it up the far half wall. Picked out by Sladek, and he played it in front for a trailing Carter Johnson, who was trying to catch the loose puck near the pads of Thome, who makes the cover with 18:40 to go here in period number 1. And the face-off will come to Thome's left. Carter Johnson, the 3rd line out there for the RedHawks, will square off with Mark Senden. False start on the draw. Senden did something with his stick, and he is kicked out. And so Carter Johnson here will win the next draw as they brought Pinto in to take it. But it's all the way back to neutral ice. Frederick far side, playing it to the line. And he's got it now in the far circle of the Miami zone as it was sent right back in by Mark Senden. Rocks played up the left wing into neutral ice. Ethan Frisch angles off Chase Pletzky for the puck in the near corner. Senden crashing in there as well. North Dakota trying to work it up to Cole Smith. And a corner battle won by Ethan Frisch. Up to the far side. Played here by Gavin Hahn. Back to center. Derek Dashke off the near boards and neutral ice trying to reach Pletzky on the left wing. Tyconic tried to mess up that attempt, but Pletzky able to play it in on the left wing boards. Send it, the puck back to center, picked off by Christian Mose, fresh off the bench for the RedHawks. Went back to his defensive man, who is Bray Crowder, and Crowder plays it off the near boards to find Brian Hawkinson, who dumps it in behind Tomey in the UND net. Tomey lets the puck go for Johnny Tyconic up the near boards. Blaisdell trying to feed Bowen for an outlet pass, but it went in front of him, taken off by Pletzky. And Hawkinson here will play the puck in behind the UND net on the far side. Tomey wraps it around the near boards. Dixon Bowen, outlet pass picked off Gordy Green, right back into the UND zone. Bernard Docker, far circle, back to the near wing for Tyconic. Off the near boards, back to center. Dixon Bowen hits the red line, dumps it in behind Cross. Picked up here by Mahalik, and up the line he feeds Gordy Green. Great, chips it in over the UND line right wing. Will chase the puck loose behind the net. Bernard Docker wraps his arms around Green to prevent him from getting the puck, but Gilling comes in for support. Back for Sinar to pass. Fire wrister in from the left point. That was gloved down by Tomey and played back to center off the high glass by UND. Mahalik right wing at the red line. Played it into the UND zone near corner. It's a Fighting Hawks will work this one out. Barry, though, will chase it near corner RedHawks end. Plays it off the boards for Russell. Pass trying to outlet it for Green. Pesky got it at the center circle. Now Barry feeds Green over the line left wing. Top of the near circle. Back for Barry in the near corner. Left point for work. Russell plays it back behind the net. Barry slow to get the puck as Gabe Bass came in there to mess it up. Now Kawaguchi near hash marks against the boards. He centered it, but picked off by Green. Frederick toe drag at the right point. Fired a shot in after a feed from the left side by Russell. Into the breadbasket of Peter Tomey, who holds on for UND. 16:26 is left here in the first period. Shots are 4-3 in favor of the Fighting Hawks. Matt Barry will take the draw to the left of Tomey. He'll square off with Shane Pinto. 6'3", 199 freshman out of Franklin Square, New York. Far side Rex with a draw. And is Nyes, plays it back to the right point. Pletzky's purposely wide pass goes to the right of the net. UND works it up the far half wall out, keeps it in right point. The puck jumps into the UND bench. And it was inside the Fighting Hawks zone, so they will bring the face-off here to the left of Tomey. Pretty good crowd for the Saturday night affair at Oxford. A lot of green in the crowd, as we saw in the game last night. North Dakota fans travel pretty well no matter where they play. There's always green in the stands. Face-off win for Miami. They get it to the far corner of the offensive zone. Matt Barry behind the net to the near side. Ben Loud picks up the puck and trying to cycle it down low, but it's taken over there by Andrew Pesky. Pesky up the near boards, plays it to the middle of the ice. Weston Machad feeds it right away. Caulfield over the line, reaches the top of the near circle, trying to center it off the skate of Dashke. Caulfield gets it back in the circle. Machad down low with a shot on Cross. Still loose near his pads, near the net. And a whistle here as Cross covers up the puck in a shoving match around the right post to our right. As UND's Caulfield was in there along with Shane Pinto. They were kind of messing with Jack Clement and Derek Dashke, the top defense pair for Miami tonight. Carraz able to make the save on the post. And the face-off comes to his left here with 15:41 to go in the first period. Shots are 7-3 in favor of the Fighting Hawks. Carter Johnson squares off with Colin Adams in the circle to the left of Ben Cross. And the face-off is won back by North Dakota, but splits the defenders at the line. Tyconic traces it all the way back to his own end. Feeds for Colin Adams at the Red Hawk line, but it's going to be back into the UND end again as Miami dumps it deep. Here's circle, and is Ethan Fresh in the UND defensive zone. Feeds Pishmash over the line right wing. He cuts toward the middle of the slot from the near circle. Although Johnson there was able to deflect the puck to the far corner. Played here by Siddard. In front, Adams deflects it to the far half wall. Sladek and Siddard chase after it. It's centered up, and Johnson will wrap it around the near boards all the way down the ice. Frisch will chase this one to an icing call here as the RedHawks try to clear from their own end. A pretty quiet atmosphere so far tonight at Steve Cady Arena. 15:05 to go in the first period. Back to the defensive zone. The draw comes for Miami. And it appears that Carter Johnson will take it against the UND third line, centered by Mark Senden. Senden a clean win against splits the defenders, and Kierstead will have to chase it back to the UND end. Tomey out of his net. To the near side, Bernard Docker neutralized, feeding it through the middle, past Hain. UND will work this one back to center. Smith over the line right wing. Here comes Sendin, who sends the puck to the near corner. Sinnard and Crowder crash in there to try to steal it away from Miami. Loose puck behind the net, picked up, and Monty Graham up the far boards. We'll play this one off the skate of Sendin in front of the Miami bench. Sinnard picks it up. Defenseman will rush here, although he's trying to feed Christian Mose over the line left wing. Mose entered the zone too early, about 2 feet ahead of Christian Mose, and that will bring us to our first media timeout of the game. UND leads the shot 7-3, but we're scoreless early on in Oxford. 14:35 to go in the first. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks for joining us this evening from Steve Cady Arena. No score with 14:35 to go in the first period. Face off and neutral ice. It will be on the left wing for Miami towards the UND line. Gordon Grant squares off against Mark Sendin, and it's one to the far side by Miami. Grant Frederick in front of the North Dakota bench will play it behind the Fighting Hawks net. North Dakota breaks up the near wing. Shane Pinto, or Smith rather, reaches center ice to dump it in from the red line. Played it behind the net. Gavin Hain coming in there to center it in front. Send in the shot. Patted away by Cross. He made the cover. And it will stop play here with 14:18 to go in the first. Quick play by North Dakota to get it in front of the net quickly. But Cross ready for the shot off the stick of Mark Sendin. He's out of Medina, Minnesota. Played his USHL hockey at Fargo. And Sendin with 9 points on the year, 4 goals, 5 assists. Face off to the left of Kraz. Weatherby will take it for UND. And Miami will send out the line of Nyes, Barry, and Lown. Rocks get the puck far circle of their own zone. Lown up through the center circle, plays it over the line left wing. It's Bass behind the UND net to pick it up. Although Nyes strips him of the puck in the far corner, and Weatherby picks it up far circle. Feed in the middle of the ice. Bowen will go 1 against 2. Clement and Dashke force him to play to the far corner of the Miami defensive zone rather. Pesky skates in down the near half wall for UND, who gets it back and sets up in the offensive zone. It's played in the near corner by Harrison Blasdell. Bowen comes in for support as a little battle ensues with Clement and Barry. And the puck here was squared up the near half wall. Pesky trying to play it deep into the scrum of players. Lown working there, but can't get it out. Pesky right point keeps it in. Slides it across for a shot by Bass, deflected to the near corner. Ben Lown near half wall. Weatherby trying to play it out. Nyes will feed Barry. Little rush the other way. Barry over the line left wing. Top of the near circle. Centering it in front for Nyes, but we have a penalty coming up. He was slashed by Dixon Bowen. Left point Dashke plays it to the near corner. UND is going to get called for their first penalty of the game. The Redhawks will head to the power play. And it is a slashing call, and will go against number 9, Dixon Bowen. As he was coming down the middle of the ice, Matt Barry trying to center it to Phil Nyes. And when Nyes is about to catch the pass, Bowen a nice two-hander right on the shaft of the stick for the first power play of the night for the Miami RedHawks, which is 21.6% on the year, 15th nationally for Miami. It'll be in the left circle here. Barry will lose the draw to Shane Pinto. UND controls behind their own goal line and will golf it all the way down to the far corner of the Miami end. Cross behind his net, plays it to Dashke, left wing out of his own end, centering feed for Gilling, and then Bachman over the line left wing, trying to shove it across, but Smith was there to prevent it from getting deep. Gilling now to the far side. More room for Gordy Green, right point to work it to the far circle. Backhand pass off the boards. Gilling, right point, sliding in. Dashke top of the near circle. He scores! Derek Dashke, the power play goal, and a wrist shot from the top of the near circle. Over the glove side of Peter Thome. And for the second straight night, the Miami RedHawks will score first. 1-0 Miami with 12:44 to go in the first period. Nice puck movement by the Redhawks to get it to the far side of the ice. Casey Gilling was at the right point. Slid it across to Dashke, who was top of the near circle, and as soon as he caught it, he released it on a wrist shot. Top shelf, right corner of the net. And the Redhawks here will force North Dakota to come from behind for the second straight night if they want to grab points in the NCHC standings this evening. Colin Adams to the near corner. It's played here by Gabe Bast. And UND gets this puck to the middle of the ice, picked off though Mahalik. He's got room up the right side. Toe drag Mahalik in the far circle. Will draw another penalty. Centers in front, off a skate. Kawaguchi the touch. It's another slashing call just like the last North Dakota penalty. And this time the guilty party is their assistant captain and star player number 29, Jordan Kawaguchi. He learned himself a slashing minor here. As coming down the far circle was Alec Mahalik. The defenseman picked off the puck at center ice and was coming in for a rush. Kawaguchi, another two-hander on the shaft. And one of the top offensive players for North Dakota is going to sit. Kawaguchi on a 6-game point streak. They call him Kawahobi in Grand Forks. 5'9", 185 junior out of Abbotsford, BC. So another opportunity here for the Redhawks, who in last night's game scored 2 goals inside 90 seconds to take a 2-0 lead. And a second power play here in a string of about 2 minutes or so after just scoring a power play goal. And that top power play unit out here now, Bachman, Gilling, Barry, Green, and Dashke. And almost deja vu, the same face-off win. They get it to Bernard Docker below the goal line to play it all the way down on cross. Rocks on their own end. Dashke feeds it to the near side. Redhawks will lose the race to the puck but get it back. Bachman left wing feeds Barry center circle. Over the UND line right wing. Barry to the near half wall. Bachman wraps it back behind the UND net. Kirsten intercepts that off the glass and out to center ice. Gilling right side will play it to Dashke at the left wing. Dashke cuts across center. Back for Gilling. Green plays it to Bachman over the line left wing. They'll set up offensively in the zone. Kirsten behind the net. Grabs the puck for UND. Will golf it off the near boards, high off the glass. And Dashke here will pick it up in his own end on another UND clear. Barry in the center circle. Bachman room up the left wing over the UND line. He was stripped of the puck by Bernard Docker. Works it free near corner. Pats Dashke at the right point out of the zone. And Miami still hasn't really fully set up in the offensive zone on this power play. A minute left in it. Gilling through the center circle, on line right wing. Pass back for Barry, right point. Feeds Dashke, the trail man at the center point. Barry, far circle, stick handling in, trying to center it through Pesky. It doesn't work. Went off his skate. Back for Green near half wall. Dashke left point, returns to Green. Dashke high in the zone left side. Gilling, right point. Dashke center point. Near side, Green, a blast from the circle, blocked down by Gabe Bast. And it's loose behind the UND net. Fighting Hawks working free. Green though was centered up. Here's Russell off the bench, center point. Near side, a shot by Gilling. The rebound in front, and they score again! Phil Nyes! The puck in front of the pads of Thome. They were working hard at it, and it appears that Phil Nyes will get credit for the goal as it slid through the pads of Peter Thome on the 5-hole. Another power play goal for the Redhawks, who lead at 2-0 with 10:44 to go in the first period. That will be Phil Nyes' third goal of the year as the puck was played from the far circle by Gilling. The rebound in the pads of Thome could never cover it up. Just a scrum in front of the net. Phil Nyes grabbed the loose puck on the right edge of the net and just stuffed it through the 5-hole of Thome. 10.5 to go in the first period. The Redhawks have a 2-0 lead again against North Dakota, scoring the first 2 on the Fighting Hawks for the second straight night. Behind the UND net, Iconic. D feed for Frisch, far side. They work it up for Harrison Blaisdell and back to the near wing, where Miami picks it up at center. Break router to the far side for Grant Frederick. Trying to feed Pletzky at the center circle. It went off his stick. Pinto over the line right wing. Feeds Blaisdell. The high man fires a wrist shot over the net. It bounces in front of Cross, and UND able to stuff it through. It might be Shane Pinto here who picked up the puck after a deflection off the high glass. A very wild deflection that came right in front of Ben Cross. And it actually appears that Judd Caulfield, number 28, in black for UND, is going to get credit for this goal, as he stuffed it past Cross right on the left post. So with 10:01 to go in the first, UND another quick answer, and it's 2-1 Miami. 3 goals inside the last 3 minutes combined for both teams. Kawaguchi near corner for UND. Back up to Bernard Docker. Behind the net, Kawaguchi will play it behind the RedHawks net. Kawaguchi feeds the right point. Docker walks it across the line. Fires the wrister wide to the net left. And picked up on the far side by Hawkinson. RedHawks moving right to left. Hawkinson trying to feed it up through, but it missed Christian Mose. Kawaguchi near circle. A wrister off the glove of Cross, and it went behind the RedHawk net. Sinart choking down on his stick, gets it to Clement near corner. Now Mose loses the puck, and Clement back behind the net for Sinard far corner. Miami will get it off the board, so the linesman, Eric Frank, was standing at the RedHawk line and blocked it down right to UND. And Bernard Docker here will stick handle it in the UND end. Feed up to Mismatch near side. Mismatch will cut across neutral ice, plays it to the right wing, and Bowen is over the Miami line, chasing the puck to the near corner. Weatherby behind the net. Lost it there to Clement, who's in the far corner of the RedHawks end. Up the far boards for Karch Bachman in a battle now with Andrew Pesky. It's worked free by Graham back to center ice, where UND will collect here and take it back to their own end. It's Bast. Pass to the far side. Pesky will stick handle here and wait. Bachman applies pressure, feeds it up the left point. Blaisdell hit there by Green at center ice. Rucks a good job to break this rush up for UND. Gilling wins the race to the puck far side. Bachman, top of the near circle, a rip. Deflects off the high glass. Back to the far boards. Blaisdell hit hard by Green. Rucks able to keep it in the zone here momentarily. Is Gilling pinching it on the far side as well. There's a log jam. The puck is in skates on that far half wall, and UND works free. Bast near circle will golf it back to center and beyond. Work Russell in his own net, plays it up the near boards. Bast. It's overtaken by Green near half wall offensive zone. Green trying to feed Bachman near circle. Intercepted there by Gavin Hain. And the puck back behind the UND net, and we may get a penalty here against the RedHawks. I think they're going to take Gordy Green. As on the far side, Bass shoved down Barry after the play. But Green had a late hit I saw in the corner of my eye along the near half wall. Both referees now are discussing the call, and it will be elbowing, I guess, against Gordy Green, who had a high hit on the near side. We'll have the call when we return, but North Dakota going to the power play. RedHawks up 2-1. 7:53 left in the first. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Back here at Oxford, Patrick Geshan with you here on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. The penalty against Gordy Green, 2 minutes for elbowing. It'll be the first power play opportunity for North Dakota on the evening. They come in 19.8%, 21st nationally, although 2 power play goals last night, and a North Dakota power play that's very hot on the road. They've converted 25.4% of their opportunities this season away from Ralph Engelstad Arena. Face-off went for UND offensive zone, far side. Kierstead controls the puck back to the center point. Kawaguchi now top of the near circle. Nice steal away there by Hawkinson to force it back to center. UND regroups quickly over the line, right wing. Weatherby hits the circle, will hit the brakes near half wall, and we'll play it back to the right point. Kierstead, far side, Pinto, a drive, far circle. He was wide open, but put it over the net. Kierstead back for Pinto, top of the far circle. Kierstead, center point, his slap shot. Caught the stick weird and went straight out of play above the net. Weird one there from Kierstead. Pinto's pass must have hit his stick funny, as Pinto and Kierstead share a laugh. UND will take the first power play unit out, bring out the second with 90 seconds to go in the Gordy Green elbowing minor. Colin Adams will be the center here to take the draw against Phil Nyes, who scored the RedHawks' second goal. Miami up 2-1 with 7:22 to go in the first. It's in the near circle to the left of Cross. Clean win for Nyes to the near corner, and UND a strong forecheck here. Frederick has it logged against his skate and the board. Sinar trying to come in and help out as well. The puck squirts free behind the Miami net. Loud trying to shovel it out, but can't. It was deflected away. Bass to the center point. Bernard Docker coming back toward the far side. Nyes' stick is out. Bernard Docker rip left to the net. Comes back to the near boards. Adams. And Sinar pushed him off the puck. It's back to center. Nyes trying to calm down the bouncing Biscuit. And they get it behind the UND net. Bernard Docker to pick it up. 55 to go in the power play. Bernard Docker over the line. Middle of the blue line here. We'll play it to the near corner. Bass behind the net for Smith. Wraps it around the far boards. Mismatch far circle. Back for Adams left point. Right point Bernard Docker. Stick handling his way to the boards. Bass center point. A drive patted away by Cross to the near side. Bernard Docker finds mismatch near corner. And behind the net controlled here by Cole Smith. Trying to drive his way to the net. Cross has it in his pads. As Smith took it from behind the net all the way in front. Got two chances. Cross pads shutting him down. And with 30 seconds to go in the power play and 6:22 to go in the first, the face-off comes to the left of Cross. 13-6 are the shots in favor of North Dakota. Monty Graham will take the draw. He'll square off against Weatherby. And a full start of the draw. Graham kicked out. They'll bring in Hawkinson to take it. It's a clean win for UND. Back to the right point, Kierstead. Stick handles, put the pass to the near side. Kawaguchi down low, Machad copped it up at the goal line. Back for Kawaguchi near side. Kierstead, right point, far side, Pinto, fake to slapper. Slot, Weatherby a shot. Wide on Cross on the ice. Kawaguchi, Kierstead, center point. Far side for Pinto, top the far circle, top the near circle, Kawaguchi. Back to the slot. Weatherby, a backhand shot on Cross, who made the pad save in the 5-hole. As catching the pass in the slot, Weatherby was moving toward the near side, got it on the forehand, and then a backhand shot. Left-handed player Cross able to make the save in between the legs. 5 seconds to go in the Gordon Green minor. And 5:58 left in the first. Face off to the left of Cross. Nyes against Pinto. Pinto the win back to the right point. Iconic. Far side Frisch. Fired it from the line. Wide on Cross. Back to the near side. Caulfield plays it to the near corner. Back to even strength. Blaisdell right point. Lost it out of the zone. Trying to feed it to Iconic. Iconic up the right wing boards at neutral ice. Caulfield copped it up at the Miami line. Back for Pinto, and the Rocks steal it away here and play it all the way up the ice, but it will be an icing call as Sinnard trying to feed Barry. As Barry was at the UND line left wing, the pass missed him, and the icing call will bring the faceoff back to the Miami end of things here with 5:34 to go in the first. So the Rocks kill off the first power play for North Dakota, what is a very hot power play for the Fighting Hawks. Miami power play tonight, 2 for 2, 2 power play goals early on. Miami leading at 2-1. Clean win to the left of Cross. Siddar plays it back to center, off the stick of Frisch, picked up by Nyes, over the line left wing. Phil Nyes reaching the near circle. Frisch pouncing him up against the boards. Ben Loud picked it up, but Iconic pinches him up against the near corner. Squirts free to the left point. Dashke a rip far corner to keep it in the zone. Nyes far half wall back to the far corner. Loud wraps it around the end boards to the near side. Smith trying to jumpstart a man out of the zone. That was Iconic, taken over by Hahn, who plays it back behind the Miami net from center ice. Clement, little pass to the near side. Pletzky will chase it down and win the race up the near wing out of the Miami zone. It's the center circle. Centering feed was off the stick of Hain. Back to Bass in the UND zone. And Bass plays it up the right wing to find Hain over the line right side for UND. Hain top of the near circle, trying to center it for Dixon Bowen. Goes to the far corner where he picks up the puck. Top the far circle, Bowen trying to spin around, wrist shot off the pads of John Sladek. And this will come back to center ice with the Rocks playing over the line left wing. Pesky feeds Weatherby. UND a rush the other way. Pass to the far side. Over the line on the left wing is Blaisdell. They'll feed Weatherby behind the net. Up to the line, Pesky. A rip in traffic. Craw's able to get the glove on it. The puck deflects to the near side. Pass right point. Walks it to the very high slot. A shot tipped off his stick in front. And out of play that may have gone off the stick of Harrison Blaisdell over Craws and over the high glass for another timeout. 4:15 remaining here in the first period. RedHawks holding on to a 2-1 lead over North Dakota with 2 power play goals. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .4:15 is left in period number 1. 2-1 lead for the hometown Miami RedHawks over the number 1 team in the nation, North Dakota. Far side in Miami zone. The faceoff won back by the Fighting Hawks. It is mismatch in the far corner. He hasn't seen much ice time tonight. The RedHawks playing up the far boards and back to center. Green center circle plays it to the far half wall of the UND end, and Bernard Docker far corner plays it back to the left wing. Bachman there intercepts the puck. Left point Russell gets it deep behind the UND net. Green picks it up there from the far side. Off the boards indirect. Russell left point played it to the middle. Bachman went off his stick. He didn't know where it went. It went to the near boards where Adams will get it to Kawaguchi over the line right wing. Centers Adams, far circle in front. And a nice play there by Craws to save it as mismatch came in, trying to stuff it. Left side of the net. Past Craws' pads. But Craws standing tall here early on. 3.5 to go in the first. Kawaguchi near corner. Will skate it up the boards. Feed Kierstead left point. Weird deflection in, and Craws makes the save with a breadbasket as Kierstead's drive from the line got deflected in front off the stick of Mismash. And Craws there was able to stop the play. UND has 10 more shots than the RedHawks. Fighting Hawks have 16. The RedHawks have 6. 3:22 to go here in the first. Pinto far circle will take the drop for UND in the offensive zone. He'll square off with Monty Graham. Clean win back to the circle. Machad played it in front. It's loose in front of Craws. In some bodies. Goes to the high slot up in the air. Monty Graham bats it to the far corner with his hand. Pinto up the far half wall. Tyconic left point. Right point for Frisch. Off the near boards and all the way to the far corner. Tyconic dodges a hit from Hawkinson far side. Pinto left point. Plays it behind the net. Machad will give it up for Mahalik. Crashing in Pinto trying to steal the puck way below the goal line. Sinard now will use his tall reach, but a backhand pass picked up by Tyconic left point. Centering feed in front, and Craw is able to knock it away with a pass to the near corner. Sinard double team needs help. Finds Mahalik behind the net. Feed up the right wing for Hawkinson. Right side will play it in from the red line. And behind the net picked up here by Frisch. Frisch in the near circle. Backhand feed behind the net. Tyconic wraps it around the far boards. Sendin gets it in front of the UND bench. Off near side at center. Played by Dashke. Nyes over the line left wing. We'll meet Ethan Frisch there. Loud centering feed. Clement more room right side. His shot from the line. Blocked down by Hain to the far side. And played here by Sendin. He gloved it down to the far half wall. Loud crashing in with Hain. And picked up here. Tripping up was Sendin trying to get out of the zone, no call. Frisch reaches the red line right wing to dump it behind Craws. Craws to the left corner for Dashke. A centering feed trying to get out. Went off the stick of Hain. Barry picks it up those center circle to get it in on net. Tomey will stick the puck away to Bass near circle, and UND is out. Smith over the Miami line right wing off high glass. It'll go behind the net. Picked up by Bray Crowder. Skates it up the right wing of the far circle, feeding to the middle. Johnson's pass was picked off the stick of Bernard Docker, and now we get a whistle here as the puck out of play on the near side. Johnson trying to go over the line left wing, but a bouncing puck went off the stick of Weatherby and out. So we're going to get a center ice draw here with a 1:34 to go in the first period. 2-1 lead for the RedHawks. Weatherby will square off with Carter Johnson. And Johnson will win it past Weatherby as the center. Kicks it over the line left wing. Johnson to the near corner of the UNDN. Bast far half wall. Blaisdell chased down by Sladek. Pesky now pinched up against the boards by Pletzky far corner. Puck squirts free in the circle. Blaisdell leads the rush back the other way up the left wing. Chips it past Frederick and a race forward to the far corner. Here is Crowder behind the Miami net. Wraps it around the far boards. Pesky pressure there by Carter Johnson. UND back to the left point. Blaisdell a drive high off the glass to the near circle. Pletzky picks it up on the forehand. The centering pass to Sladek. Tips it off his stick through the center circle. And taken over there by Pesky. Near side Bast. Plays it back to Crowder in his own end. Will turn over there for UND. Pletzky near side neutral ice. The puck high up in the air. He tried to glove it into the zone. Instead, UND will chase it to the far corner of their own end. Pesky, Gilling stole it away from him. A centering feed Green right side of the net. But his shot was blocked down. Sinnard feeds Green at center. RedHawks regroup here. Green to the far boards. It's chased down behind the UND net by Bachman. Back to the near side. Mismatch. Up the near wing for Adams, who was trying to get past Sinnard on the right side, and Will Adams in the near circle. A centering feed high off the backhand was blocked down by Mahalik, and now Sinnard will knock down a man in the near corner. I believe that's Adams, and a penalty is going to come up here against the RedHawks. Holding is going to be the call as Sinnard wrapped his arm around number 18, Colin Adams, with 16.8 seconds to go in the first period. Not a good penalty to take if you're the RedHawks. Sinnard will sit for a pair of minutes here. And UND will have the majority of this power play if they don't score in the first on fresh ice to begin the second period. Face off to the left of Cross, Graham and Weatherby will square off. UND power play to 0 for 1 on the night. Kierstead, middle of the line. Kawaguchi, top of the near circle. 10 seconds left. Pinto, Weatherby in the slot. It's played back behind the Miami net off the stick of Clement, who stripped him of the puck. Clement off the far boards, back to center. Kierstead will cop it up there, and that'll end the festivities here in period number 1. So the Miami RedHawks score the first 2 goals of this period on power plays. And North Dakota answering with an even strength goal in the middle part of the period. And we are at a score of 2-1 after 20 minutes here from Goggin Ice Center. Dashke and Ice, the Miami goals. Judd Caulfield, the goal scorer for North Dakota at 9:59 of the first. And there will be 1 minute and 44 seconds of power play time left for North Dakota when we begin the second period. Again, the Fighting Hawks are down by a score of 2-1 to the Miami RedHawks here at the first intermission. So without Luke Westpoli or Ryan Jackson with me here this weekend to usher on the intermission festivities, we'll have a bit of a break here on Red Hawk Radio before beginning the second period, about 15 minutes or so. We hope you'll rejoin us for period number 2. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the first intermission. 2-1 Miami after 20 from Goggin Ice Center. We'll be back in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
karma.
Patrick Geshan back with you here at Steve Cady Arena in Oxford. We're about to begin period number 2 between Miami and North Dakota. A 2-1 lead for the RedHawks here, and don't forget, a minute 44 of power play time for North Dakota. They'll have it to start here in the second 20 minutes of play from Oxford, Ohio. Derek Dashke and Phil Nyes, the goal scorers for Miami today, both on the power play. Dashke assisted by Gilling and Green at 7:16 in the first period. Phil Nyes came from assists by Gilling and Barry at 9:16 of the first. Judd Caulfield, the goal scorer for UND. His goal at 9:59 of the opening period, assisted by Blaisdell and Pinto. Shots are 17-7 in favor of North Dakota after 20 minutes here from the Goggin Ice Center in Oxford. Patrick Geshan with you here. Glad you're with us along for the ride on this Saturday night, game 2 of this series, and it should be a good, tight matchup all along here on Red Hawk Radio this evening. A face-off at center ice, won back by North Dakota. Kierstead in his own end for the Fighting Hawks will play to the far side. Pinto messed it up at the line. He went into the zone and then passed it back out on the right point as Mashad caught it behind the line and tried to walk it in, but Pinto was in the zone on the far side. So 10 seconds into the second, North Dakota still hasn't gone into the offensive zone yet for a power play. Weatherby back to the right point. Kierstead, far side for Mashad. Dashke pokes it ahead to the right point. Kierstead, Kawaguchi top of the far circle. Feeds it near side. Pinto will score. A rip by Shane Pinto. The Ottawa Senators draft pick and freshman will pick up his 11th goal of the season on a rip from the near circle. Deja vu from last night. A power play goal in North Dakota has tied this one up at 2. Just 20 seconds into the period, and the first power play goal tonight for the Fighting Hawks, and the hot power play on the road will continue for UND. Hawks won the center ice draw, and they took the 2-0 lead early in the first period, but again, North Dakota climbing back to tie it up again here in the second. They have to the offensive zone again. Pinto stick handles through a man in the near circle. Pass to the left point. Pesky high slot, plays it to the far side. Mashad, far corner, will pick it up here for the Fighting Hawks. Dishes back. Pass behind the net for Pinto. Sidart pitches him up against the boards to prevent a pass on the end boards. Passed to the left point. Pesky controls here. Shot off the shin pads of Caulfield to the far side. Mashad picks up, defense from Mahalik on the far half wall to lodge the puck between some skates and the boards. Lound down there working as well, but it was Caulfield who came away with the puck for UND behind the net and to the near side. Pinto, near corner. Mashad working on Mahalik. Mashad to the far corner here. We'll circle back and then return to the far side of the ice. Feeds Adams the right point. Walks it middle of the line. Rashad in, pat away by Kraz. It's clear to center ice. Pesky in the circle, and UND will get a bit of a change here and regroup quickly. They're moving the puck well in the neutral zone tonight. Kawaguchi will return back. Matt Kierstead in the near circle for UND. Returns to Kawaguchi. And then mismatch will tip it into the near corner. Adams behind the net. Bachman lost it in front. Cleared away to the near side by the Rocks in the defensive zone. Barry trying to get it out, but Kierstead played it in the mid-air from the left point. Kawaguchi coughed it up there. Barry cross-ice feed. Bachman over the UND line. On the left wing, Bernard Docker meets him in the far corner. Bachman shovels it up to Green. Far half wall. Played it down low to the far circle. Green for Gilling. Bachman far side. Pass to the right point. Frederick walks it in for a rip wide west of the net. Crowder here picks it up. And that's Adams to steal away. Kierstead over the line left wing. Reaches the near circle. Centering pass in front. Patted away by Cross. Adams behind the net. Kierstead, he got a stick up high on Frederick behind the cage. And we'll get a penalty on that. Grant Frederick wears a glass shield on the front of his helmet. And the stick, never mind, that was actually number 16, Grant. Mismatch trying to stick check Frederick. The puck came up and under his mask to his face. And high sticking the call here will put Miami back in the power play with 17:32 to go in the second. And a tie game at 2. So the top power play unit back out there for the RedHawks tonight. Dashke right point, plays it to the near circle. Casey Gilling off the skate of Smith, and UND plays it all the way back down the ice the other way. Behind the net, Ben Cross trying to shuffle it back for Gilling in the near circle of Miami defensive zone. Cross ice feed, Bachman left wing, chips it in behind the net and around to the near half wall. Barry meets it there. Green behind the net for Bachman, far corner. Far point Dashke, right side Gilling, far circle, a pass missed Bachman. Green far corner up to Dashke left point, returns to Green and they switch spots. Gilling right side trying to play it to the slot. Pesky got it on his stick, fan on the clearing, it's up. Loose puck picked up by Smith. And Smith will go 1 against 4 for UND and reach the near circle and still has the puck. And will play it to the far side here for Dixon Bowen. Bowen far corner, the forechecker, RedHawks steal it away from him. They're out of their own end. Gilling will circle back and neutralize, take it back into the Miami end, but a pass up to the middle, intercepted. Machad, move on Gilling, near circle with room, offensive zone, Machad to the backhand in front, and Cross on all fours, able to make the save with a pad. Hawks here with a power play that needs some spark in it. I haven't really set up fully in the offensive zone yet. 45 to go in the power play. Gilling over the red line, over the UND line right wing. Fan on a attempt to center the puck. Bowen still away, and the Fighting Hawks will clear all the way down, and they're able to change a few penalty killers off. Again, long change here in the second. 30 seconds left in the mismatch, high sticking minor. Far circle Dashke, Clement near side, tipped in over the line by Sladek to the near corner. Kierstead near side for UND, plays it up the boards, and meeting it there, Pletzky right point to keep it in for the RedHawks. Sladek along the near corner, it's to the near side for Hain. Now Blasdell will race it up for UND, over the red line, over the far side of the blue line. They'll hit the brakes in the far circle, the offensive zone. Pletzky strips him of the puck. Now Clement, the defenseman, dishes back for Russell. The last RedHawk to leave the zone. Russell left side of the red line will dump it in behind the net. Tomey leaves it there to the far circle. Pesky stripped away here. Sladek trying to get it back. But Pesky far corner in his own end will skate it up the far boards. And a loose puck here trying to feed Hain from behind at center ice. Stolen away by Russell. Plays it to the near side. Neutralized. Sladek flips in from the right wing red line. Pesky, far corner for mismatch, center ice. Over the line on the right wing. Reaches the far circle. Little backhand centering pass. Pinto, the trailer, was unable to fully get a stick on the puck. Here's Monty Graham. Outlet pass for Christian Mose. Crowd trying to cheer on the RedHawks here. Mose over the line left wing. Reaches the far circle. Snapshot in. Tomey the glove save. And it will create a stoppage here with 14:45 to go in the second period. Still a tie game at 2, North Dakota and Miami on this Saturday night. You're listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. After the timeout, face-off coming to the right of Peter Tomey from North Dakota in the North Dakota zone. Tied at 2 with 14:45 to go in the second. Monty Graham will square off against Shane Pinto. Second line out there for North Dakota. The Miami fourth line tonight. North Dakota works it back to center. Caulfield over the line left wing. Has room. Crowder, a nice check to knock it to the corner. Pinto to the right point, playing wide of the net. Off the stick of Ethan Frisch. Hawkinson near side, coughed it up for Caulfield. UND the neutral zone regroup to play it in on net. Little backhander in on Cross, who catches it with a glove. Off the stick of Pinto with 14:22 to go in the second. (21-8) are the shots in favor of North Dakota. And the Fighting Hawks next weekend will be on the road at Minnesota Duluth. Well, be a number 1 against number 2 matchup in the NCHC if the standings stay the same way they are after tonight. Casey Gillen catches down the puck. He's over the line on the far wing for Miami. Plays it behind the net to the near boards, and that rush went nowhere. 2-on-1 the other way. Kawaguchi left side, centering feed in front. Adams in a great sliding save by Cross to get the glove up in the air. Kawaguchi, Kawahobi as he's known in Grand Forks, near circle, sliding it across the slot to Colin Adams, who cocked up for the wrister on the left hand. And Cross, a sprawling save to get the glove up, and he made it with 14:03 to go in the second. Might be the save of the year for Ben Cross, the freshman out of Cranberry, New Jersey, who gets the nod tonight after a tough one last night for Ryan Larkin. UND offensive zone 1 on the far side. Kawaguchi up the far half wall. It's knocked back to center ice. Kierstead will pick it up here for UND in the far circle. Backhand pass for Kawaguchi in his own net. Feeds Adams center ice. Over the middle of the blue line. It's tipped free by Barry, and he steals it away from Adams. Barry hits the center circle. Backhand feed off the glove of Kawaguchi. And we'll play it back to the near side. Barry plays it up ahead. It's sticked away by Tomey to the far side. Bernard Docker on the right wing, trying to center it in front. Pletzky, though, to steal away. Didn't know where the puck was, so it was in his feet. And Mismatch will take it back behind the UND net. Wraps it around the boards to the near side. Played here by Colin Adams. Reaches center ice and a feed across. Bernard Docker, far circle. Hit there by Sladek. It goes behind the Miami net. Mahalik along the near corner. Hit hard by Adams down there. There's not going to be a call as Mahalik was completely upended off his feet. 13 to go here in the second. Pletzky to the middle of the ice. Carter Johnson over the middle of the blue line. Near circle. Backhand feed in, and it's caught by Tomey, who makes the save with 12:55 to go here in the second period. Face-off come to Peter Tomey's left with 12:55 to go in the second. 2-2 your score, 23-8 are the shots. North Dakota on top. Bernard Docker will score off with Graham in the draw. Graham is kicked off. Beg your pardon, it's actually Weatherby who's taking it for UND. Clean win for Miami. Russell right point. The shot off the shit guard to the near corner. And Weatherby here picks up for the Hawks. Pesky. Back for Weatherby. Up the boards, Blaisdell. Picked off by Graham on the right side. Frederick winds up for a slapper wide left to the net. Russell pinches in a play at far side, and his shot went wide as well. Graham near half wall, ripped it wide on the net. Russell pinches in from the far side. Played a centering pass from the corner that is going to go all the way down the ice off his skate. Frederick near corner off the high glass. Pass center and all the way down the ice. And it will be an icing waved off here. Cordy Green beat Pesky to the puck in the near corner. But UND will work it free up the left wing and all the way down. Clement will chase the puck for an icing call here, as an outlet pass attempt was not there for North Dakota. With 12:09 to go in the second. Face-off coming back down to the left of Tomey. A UND team that's usually very sharp on puck movement and passing out of the defensive zone tonight. Some of the outlets just have not been there. And Brad Barry's going to call his timeout here with 12:09 to go in the second. As the long change here in the second period. North Dakota about to have a defensive zone draw after an icing. And we'll decide to give his players a rest here. So Brad Barry's timeout will be called with 12:09 to go in the second. And they'll also give Miami's offense a chance to rest up. They're going to throw out the top line of Green, Bachman, and Dashke, or Green, Bachman, and Gilling rather. Dashke and Clement are the top defensive pair tonight. The Redhawks are home for 2 straight weeks. They'll be back here Friday night for a face-off with Denver. 7 o'clock start time for that. We'll have it on Red Hawk Radio for you next Friday night. And then the Pioneers will stick around for a Saturday game as well at 7 o'clock Eastern time. So they will be home next weekend as well, Miami will. Then they'll hit the road for a series with St. Cloud State on January 31st and February 1st. Pay a visit to the Huskies, who swept Miami on their home ice in the last home series on December 6th and 7th. Face off to the left of Tomey. Gilling will take it with Green and Bachman on the wings. Clean win for Gilling. Bachman top of the near circle. A shot deflected off the stick of Bernard Docker and out of play. 12:06 remains here in the second. And 22-10, the North Dakota Fighting Hawks lead the shots tonight. Gilling squares off with Sendin in the near circle. Clean win for Gilling. Back for Green, top of the near circle. And gonna feather that one across the slot. Nobody caught it. Smith, far corner, meets the puck and banks it off the boards back to center. Hawks gain control in their own end. Dashke trying to golf it out, but a strong forecheck by Sendin plays it to the far corner of the offensive zone for the Fighting Hawks. Far corner, Smith with a puck. Stick handling his way through, trying to go past Clement, who directs him behind the Miami net. Centering feed in front, and Green able to deflect it to the far corner. Gilling backhand play to center ice will hit Clement onto the rush as a defenseman over the line right away. Clement shot in off the stick of Kierstead. Went behind the net, Sendin wraps it around to the left point. Dashke behind the net, Green in front for Bachman. A one-time shot and rebound chance in the pads of Tomey. And a whistle here as he's able to cover. Kierstead and Bachman hit the ice hard and crash into the crease. Both of them seem to be okay, but they're slow to get up. There's a great job there by Green to generate the opportunity from behind the net. Able to feed Bachman, who had a couple of chances at shots from the far circle. He's off to the left of Tomey. Barry will square off here against Shane Pinto. Rocks went back to the right point. Nyes, though, trying to wrist it in and fanned on the opportunity, and it's back to center ice. Sinnard shovels it in the near corner of the offensive zone. Ty Connick. Far corner is Caulfield with a puck. As Nyes and Barry crash in there to battle as well. Puck squirts free to the far circle. Now Ty Connick picks it up over the line. Left wing for North Dakota. A little dump into the zone. It bounces once into the glove of Cross, who will stop play with 10:52 to go in the second. The Hawks have closed the shot margin just a little bit. Trail now in that department 22-13. But the power plays have been the story tonight. North Dakota 1 for 2 on the man advantage. Miami scoring both on the man advantage tonight. They're 2 for 3 in a 2-2 hockey game here from Goggin Ice Center. North Dakota offensive zone win. Kawaguchi near corner. Shovels it behind the net to the far side. Mose. It's stripped away from him. Far circle. Playing it as Adams. To mismatch for a far side shot. Kawaguchi able to play it to the corner off the rebound. Feeds it near side. Pesky walks top the near circle. Has room near side and try to feather a centering feed in front. Hawkinson directed to the near corner. Adams very high slot. Has room to move. Adams far circle. Backhand centering pass. Kawaguchi was too far in front of it. Russell knocks it to center. Pesky needed a feed. They find Adams over the line right away. Colin Adams trying to beat Russell to the circle. Adams knocked down. Russell as well. Penalty call is coming up. And I think Russell's going to go here. Holding is the call. As Adams trying to find an angle to the net up the right wing. Russell using his body to try to push him out. But according to referee Joe Sullivan, North Russell using a little bit too much with the arms. And North Dakota back to the power play. So like we just mentioned, a power play that is now 1-4-2 on the night for North Dakota, holding the minor to work Russell. Weatherby will square off in the near circle with Casey Gilling. And Joe Hutzek, the old linesman, will wait to drop the puck, give instructions to both players. Clean win for the Redhawks. Clement quickly off his stick all the way back down the ice to the far corner. Behind the net is played here by North Dakota up the near wing, but strong forecheck. Weatherby stripped to the puck by Green. Roxburgh it back to center. Clement skating backwards to his own end. Will clear it back down the ice. Good time wasting here on the penalty kill. 1:35 to go in the power play. Kierstead will dish this one back to the near side. Kawaguchi over the line left wing. In the near circle, the puck wrapped around to the far boards. Stopped here by Michaud. Pinto for Michaud. Back for Kierstead, right point. Returns to Michaud, right side. Walks into the high slot, passing it far side. Kawaguchi, Kierstead will wait and then pass it to Kawaguchi, but off his skate, he has to chase it back high in the zone. Weatherby, far circle with room. Near side, Pinto waits to shoot. A centering feed, patted away by Cross. Kawaguchi, top of the far circle. Pinto a rip on the near side. Little one-timer there. Cross caught it with a chest. Went off his chest, off the high glass, and all the way back out around the boards on the far side. Kierstead controls for UND in his own end. Feeds it far side. Colin Adams over the line right away. Went through Graham and Hawkinson. Stripped over by Hawkinson at the far half wall. And here comes Monty Graham. We'll chip this one deep into the UND end. Behind the net, Tomey will stop it for Bernard Docker. 33 to go in the power play. UND is going to have to try to come out of their own end here with 8:35 to go in the second. Past the halfway point of this one. Bernard Docker the feedback. Mismatch on the line on the left wing. Kick free by Gilling. Sinard up for Gordon Green through the center circle and plays it to the far corner. Bernard Docker here. Behind the net, feeds it to the near side. It is Smith on the puck for UND. Crosses ice feed for Gabe Bast. And the puck is let go of at center ice, and Gilling has a breakaway. Casey Gilling in on goal, and he shot it off the mask of Peter Tomey. UND copped it up at center ice, and Gilling had a wide open chance. Power play expires. They're out of the box. Green trying to play it over the line on the right wing, but Smith took it over, and we'll play it behind the net here for Colin Adams. Adams the puck around the near boards. Gabe Bass controls for North Dakota. It's the red line and dumps it behind the net. Cross stops it there. We'll leave it behind his cage for Mahalik, who passes it off the boards up the far side. Pletzky left it for Frisch. Wraps it around the glass. Behind the net, Cross stops it again. Frederick around the near boards now. Off the high glass, back to center ice. Pletzky chases down Frisch in the near boards at center, but Sendin will send it behind the net. Cross stopped it again. Mahalik off the far glass. Pletzky lost control high in the zone. And UND able to work this one a little bit deeper. Blasdell far circle got the puck. His shot blocked down by Mahalik. Now a chance on the near side. Taikana will pick it up off the near boards. Skates it to the left point. Centering feed across the line. Tipped off the stick of Frederick. Rocks will make a change here. A long change in the second as UND works it back into the offensive zone. Send it near circle. A centering feed went off his skate. And Cross there able to track the puck as it deflected right in off his pads. He made the save with 6:53 to go here in the second. Miami 2, North Dakota 2. Here from Oxford, Ohio tonight. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .653 to go in the second period from the Goggin Ice Center in Oxford. We're tied at 2 between Miami and North Dakota. Patrick Geshan with you here on Red Hawk Radio tonight. Face off on the far side, the Miami defensive zone. Barry will win it back to the far corner to Clement, who cops it up there, and Pinto will skin up the far half wall for UND. Cycles it down low. Michaud in the far corner. Barry trying to pester with him, but Michaud escapes for a second. takes a circle back and plays it far side. And we got a penalty here coming up. Barry tripped up Pinto on the far side. I didn't think they called it at first, but a late arm went up from Joe Sullivan, and Miami will be shorthanded again with 6:31 to go in the second. It was Mashad actually who circled back on the far side and got caught up in the skates of Matt Barry. And that will be another power play opportunity for North Dakota. They are 1 for 3 on the man advantage tonight. With 6:31 to go in the second. Face off far circle. Weatherby will square off with Casey Gilling. Clean win back to Pinto. Left point with a shot. And Kraz getting the glove over his left pad to make the glove save with a catch out of midair. 2 seconds into the power play. I tell you what, Shane Pinto, probably a first-round draft pick, has a great shot. A laser beam shot. Clean one for North Dakota. Kierstead, far circle, Kawaguchi. Back for Kierstead, returns Kawaguchi. Inside the far circle, Weatherby working it up here. Kierstead at the center point. Walks it toward the left. Kawaguchi fakes a slap shot. Top of the far circle. Weatherby in the slot. Little backhand play behind the net. Mashad works it up the far boards for Kawaguchi. Backhand centering pass. Weatherby took it over. Kierstead, right point. Weatherby walks it in. Pinto, left side. A shot wide on Kraz and a wide open net. Kawaguchi top the far circle. Kierstead, center point, shot in, had a bounce in front, still loose. Rocks clear to center ice. That puck bounced before it got to Kraz, but still able to pat it down on the ice. Weatherby over the line right away. Puck squirts free in the circle. Pinto back for Kawaguchi. The shot, what a save by Kraz! He got his glove up on that one. As Kawaguchi with the feet in front. And off the stick of Weatherby. A tremendous save by Kraz. Beg your pardon, Kawaguchi actually with a shot. And Kraz went down on the butterfly, but was able to get the left glove up just in time to meet the puck in midair for the glove save. Unbelievable rip there. Near side, it's Bass with the puck at the left point. Bernard Docker top line, 57 left in the power play here. Be a huge kill for the Rocks to have a tie game again. Bernard Docker. Near circle, Bast slides it across. Play it here, back to the near circle. Bast in front, a passing play there. Smith on the left post, trying to get it past Kraz, but his shot went wide. Work free by mismatch. Off the boards far side, Bernard Docker. Lets it go for Adams, left point, skates it across the line. Now Bernard Docker, left point. Near circle for Bast, caught it on the forehand. Returns Bernard Docker, center point. Waits, shoots, Kraz the save, it's in his pads. A lot of traffic there for Kraz to see through, still able to catch it, and Bet Kraz standing on his head tonight. 23 saves on 25 shots for North Dakota, don't want to jinx him. And actually they just changed the shot totals to 27, so now 25 saves on the night for Ben Kraz, who came in with an .893 save percentage and a 2.92 goals against average. Face-off will be in the circle to his right. Ben Loud against Weatherby. And it's one back to the near corner, and Clement will play it all the way behind the net. Tomey stops it for UND. Lefter for Kierstead to the near corner. Kawaguchi, cross-ice feed to the far side. Mashad centering it in front, picked up by Loud. And he will clear it all the way back down the ice. Although off the stick of Tomey, the puck taken by Nyes for a second. Weatherby steals it away. Kierstead over the line right away. They have 5 across the line. Played it behind the net, off a bounce. Barry picks it up. We'll play this one back to the UND end softly. Caulfield will chase it against Green. The power play expires. UND now 1 for 4 on the man advantage tonight. Back at center ice, Bachman with a puck. Far side, Russell winds up for a left wing slapper into the zone from the red line. Green back from Mahalik right point. Bachman top of the near circle, trying to center it across, deflects behind the UND net. Gilling will catch it there, working with Cordy Green on the far side. Kierstead in the battle too, as it's logjam there behind the net, behind the UND net. Gilling with Green and Bachman. Pinto and Kierstead are battling for UND. It's really Gilling and Kierstead against the end boards right now. I think it's against Gilling's skate. Finally the puck squirts free. Caulfield will chip it up the far boards, all the way down the ice. Mashad and Mahalik will race. They say it's an icing call here. as it came out the near corner. That was close, but Eric Frank will make the icing call with 3:28 to go in the second. 27-14 are the shots in favor of North Dakota. Johnson and Pinto here will take the draw to the right of Peter Thome. As coming down the ice, Sendin was the last one off the UND bench. They didn't have 5 guys out there. Sendin off the near boards, back to center ice. Machad and Caulfield trying to work it free. UND has to retreat to their own end. Kierstead off the far boards, back to center. Clement chips it into the Miami offensive zone. Pletzky has to tag up, it was offside. Kierstead near circle, gets out the 9-iron to whack it back to center and beyond. Clement behind the Miami net. Backhand feed to the far corner. Dashke races it up to the far circle, rocks defensive zone. Tipped in by Pletzky, trying to chip it in the zone from the far side at the red line. It went into the Miami bench. And they will say a center ice face-off here with 2:59 to go in the second. Miami 2, North Dakota 2 as we reach the late stages of the middle frame. A good one tonight in Oxford. Ducks trying to upset the number 1 team in the country on their home ice. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here in Oxford, Ohio. Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 2:59 is left in the second. Miami and North Dakota are knotting up at 2. Center ice draw. Weatherby and Monty Graham will square off in it. Graham kicked out for the second time tonight off a face-off, and Hawkinson will arrive in the game for Miami. Moe's tripped up off the draw. He's the left winger. The stick came in from Bixon Bowen. And a penalty will be called on that right off the draw. Bowen will sit for 2 minutes. Call comes from referee Sterling Egan. So the Miami power play will have a shot tonight. They are 2 for 3 this evening on the man advantage. Perfect opportunity to take a lead to the locker room for the second intermission. And UND will win the end zone draw back and cleared up the far boards. So Dashke behind the net for Miami will skate it up the near wing. And reach center ice. Feeds it right wing, Barry. Back behind the UND net. Pass Thome. Bachman lost control far corner. UND all the way back down the ice. Cross behind his net. Stops it for Dashke. Keeling for Green. Hits the center circle over the line on the left wing. Pass far side, Bachman wraps around the boards to behind the net. Barry hits Green. Far corner, Sendin able to send the puck up the boards for a second, and then Barry is behind the net here below the goal line with Pesky. Bachman in there as well. Oh, that's a nasty hit. As Bass gave Bachman a cross check from behind near the far corner. A penalty's coming up on that. And so 1 minute and 6 seconds of 5-on-3 time is coming the RedHawks' way with 2:02 left here in the second. Guilty party is going to be number 2, Gabe Bast. 5'10", 195 junior out of Red Deer, Alberta. And Bast will pick up a 2-minute minor for boarding. Bachman able to pop right up after the hit. He's fine and on the ice. So the Rocks here with a great opportunity. 2:02 left in the second. They have a $1.06 of 5-on-3 time. Sent into the far circle, loses the draw to Gilling. Back to the left point for Green. Dashke to the right side, Gilling. At the line, Dashke center point. Far circle, Green. Back for Dashke, high slot. We'll wait here and pass to Gilling. Top of the far circle, returns to Green. Dashke near side, Bachman. Golfed it over the net on a one-time opportunity. Green with the puck here, high slot. Barry for Dashke, drive left point. Tomey holds on to the breadbasket. And we'll stop it here with 1:36 to go in the second period. 40 seconds left in 5-on-3 time. Just a great shot from the far circle there by Dashke, top of the far circle, near the point. And Tomey able to come up big. He's made 13 saves on 15 Miami shots tonight. Another win for the RedHawks on the face-off in the far circle. Gilling right point, Dashke very high slot for Green far circle. Stick handles, centering feet across. Bachman caught in his skates, and UND will barely clear it strong enough to get past the stick of Gilling, who chases it back to center from the right point. Gilling over the line right wing, meets Kierstead right at the line. Although they get it back to the near circle, Green, little chance the other way. A toe drag move and a shot over the net on Tomey from the near side. Dashke picks it up far boards. Gilling right point. Walks it top of the near circle. Dashke, high slot, backhand pass. Bachman standing to the right of the net on the goal line. Going back to the right point, Gilling. They return one to the ice. Now a power play. Green, cross ice. Bachman, he scores! Gordon Green on the far side. Slid it across the crease to Karch Bachman. The left-handed shot on the off wing. Slides it past the sprawling Peter Tomey into the back of the net. And with 49.2 seconds to go in the second period, Miami retakes the lead at 3-2 on a power play goal. Karch Bachman with his 8th goal of the year. And the top line for Miami combines for points again. They came in combining for 68 points in the game tonight. And that's kind of reached the 70 mark by now as Green feeds Bachman. 33 seconds to go in the second period. Green gets the assist to the Bachman goal. So will Derek Dashke, the defensive point leader for Miami. Mismatch behind the net. Cross plays it up the far boards. Defensive zone for the RedHawks. 20 seconds to go in the period. Nyes in front of the UND bench. Kicks it free. Graham, far side Siddart. Cross ice feed Mahalik. Across the ice to the left wing, over the line, Monty Graham. Behind the net and around to the near boards. Nyes kicked it away there, and now mismatch with the puck with 3 seconds left. Through the center circle, here comes Frisch. A shot from the right point at the buzzer. And we will have a RedHawk lead going into the second intermission. Miami 3, North Dakota 2. The lead taken on the late goal by Karch Bachman on the power play. Assisted by Gordon Green and Derek Dashke. It came 19-10 into the second period for the Miami RedHawks. And when leading after 2 periods this year, Miami 6-1-1. When trailing after 2 periods, they're 0-10-1. So the RedHawks, again, 6-1-1 when leading after 40 minutes this season. And we'll hope to pick up a win tonight against the #1 team in the nation on their home ice. Lead them by a score of 3-2 after 20 minutes here from Oxford, Ohio in the Steve Cady Arena. So we'll be back with the third period call in about 15 minutes or so. Synchronized skating exhibition happening on the ice right now. The second intermission, they'll cut the ice too, and we'll be set and ready to go for some more hockey. A third period that should be exciting, and hope you'll stay with us again in about 15 minutes or so here on Red Hawk Radio. 3-2, the RedHawks lead it. We're back in a moment with period number 3. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Turn it up good, speakers start picking. Turn it up good, speakers start picking. Speakers start picking. Turn it up good, speakers start picking. Turn it up good, speakers up.
Patrick Geshan back with you on Red Hawk Radio. We are about to begin period number 3 between Miami and North Dakota. 3-2, the Red Hawks are on top here after 40 minutes. Looking to snap their 4-game winless streak at home and their 2-game winless streak in general. Patrick Geshan back with you here with a third period call on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in today for women's basketball action that happened this afternoon here on Red Hawk Radio and hockey tonight. So 27-16, North Dakota leads the shots. Red Hawks move right to left across your radio here in period number 3. Casey Gilling, Colin Adams square off at center ice. And face-off won back by Miami to their defensive zone. Daschke for Bachman up the left wing. Bachman lost control of the puck. Kawaguchi is long reach at center to play to Miami end. Red Hawks cycle it right back down the ice. The near wing for Kawaguchi. Cross ice feed. UND able to work this one back to center ice off the stick of Adams. Jack Clement far boards. Trying to get it up through center ice. Instead picked up by Adams. And for the Miami bench on the far side. Green for Bachman. Springboards him over the line right away. Bachman a wrist shot from the far circle. Patted away there by Peter Thome. Puck now in the near corner of the Miami offensive zone. Played off the boards, far side by Frisch. It's all the way down the ice for an icing call here on North Dakota. Frisch was trying to feed. It appears to be Mismash, who was at the red line on the left wing, but Mismash unable to fully make a connection with the puck. And so it will all play here with 19:11 to go in the third period. A face-off coming back down the ice to the left of Peter Thome. Matt Berry got a stick up high off the draw. They won't call it. UND with the win. Kawaguchi feeds it to center ice. Adams over the line, 2-on-1. Pass to the near side with Mismash. And Mismash completely missed the puck. He went behind him. Sidard over the line right away. Chips into the far corner of the Miami offensive zone. Behind the net, Frisch. To the near corner, Phil Nice plays the puck up through the near side end boards. And now Adams will meet it at the half wall, trying to get it past Sidard and Will back to center ice. Russell feeds the puck to the near side. It will be an icing call here on Miami, as Russell was standing in neutral ice behind the red line trying to feed it to the near wing, where Nyes was standing at the left side of the UND line. So the draw comes to the right of Ben Cross. Barry and Pinto. Pinto the win. Back to the left point. Pesky the tip into net. Pinto off the pads of Cross. Barry behind the net. Sidard near corner. Shoved off the puck. Nyes up the near boards. Lost control in a battle with Caulfield, and went back to the far corner. Racks work it back to center off the stick of Barry. UND sends it back in. Barry near circle. Feeds it up the left wing past the stick of Nyes. Another icing here on Miami as Nyes couldn't make contact with the puck. He was too far off the boards away from the puck. So 18-12 is left in the third period, a 3-2 Miami lead, and I guess Miami's going to call their timeout now. Brad Berry called his in the middle stages of the second period after a UND icing, and now Chris Bergeron, after 2 straight icings by the personnel out there, and Daschke, Frederick, Sladek, Berry, and Nyes will use his timeout here in regulation. So we mentioned that the Red Hawks are back home next weekend against Denver. Friday, Saturday night, 7 o'clock starts both nights. And both nights are on Red Hawk Radio as well. As the Hawks welcoming in the #1 team in the nation this weekend in North Dakota. And next week will be the #4 team in the country, Denver. The reaction from the crowd, they're showing a dog in the stands, a service dog, and then the UND bench. So the fans cheer when the dog is on the video board, and then they boo when the bench is shown. So whatever your opinion is of that. This off will be the left of Cross, so both teams are without a timeout with 18-12 to go here in the third period. Johnson and Sendin square off in the near circle. Dashke wins the draw back from the centerman Johnson. Hawks work it back to the offensive zone. Tyconic, near corner. Hit hard by Johnson on a strong forecheck. Works free to Smith near circle. Feeds it to the left wing for Sendin, and then Hawks will play it back into the UND zone. Behind the net, it wraps around the near board. Sendin trying to springboard Hain on a pass back through the center circle. Hawks regain control. Dashke up the near wing. Slatic slides it down the near corner. Tyconic in his own end. Behind the net, Fan on an attempt to get it back to the near side. Rieger plays it to the far half wall for Hain. And it's back around the net to the far corner. Tyconic near circle. But the puck will send a pass all the way down the ice. Cross ice for Smith. He completely missed it, but UND beats out the icing on the near wing as Hain won the race. Now Mo's over the line right wing for the Redhawks. Rashad offensive zone, whisked wide of the net. Behind the net, played here by Kirsten. Left it for Sendin. Far half wall, Blosdale with the puck. Backhands it off the boards, but not out. Frederick right point on the ice. On the stick of Monty Graham. Behind the net, indirect pass to the left point. Off the boards for Mahalik. Back behind the net, around the wall. Hawkinson pinched up by Kierstead. Mo's trying to work his way in there as well. Kierstead kicks the puck free to his teammate Caulfield in the near corner. Bouncing puck to center ice. Mahalik over to Frederick. We're playing in behind the net and around the boards. Past the stick. Bernard Docker all the way down the ice. Mahalik will pick it up at his own end on a UND feed, trying to go up the right wing. Sidard, the play to center ice. Goes down into the UND zone. Tipped in by Bachman at the red line left wing. Near corner of the offensive end. Rocks trying to work the puck. It's behind the skates of Kierstead. Killing picks it up behind that. Right point, Mahalik. A drive. Tomey blockered it away to the near corner. Sidard, near side Adams. Green gets the puck back for Bachman on the wing. Up to the left point, Sidard wrists it in. Sticked away by Green in the near circle. Bachman gets the puck high in the air. Bernard Docker trying to knock it down and will. And now it's behind the net in a logjam battle. Keeling comes away with the puck near corner. Has room near circle. Fires a shot off the shin pad of Kierstead in front. Hawks return the puck to the crease, but Tomey knocks it away with a stick to the near side. Bachman left point. Can't get it past Colin Adams. Adams here will hit the break center ice. And dish back for Bernard Docker in his own end for UND. Bernard Docker plays it up the wing. Kawaguchi at center ice. Races in over the line right wing. Top of the near circle. We'll go to the middle. Kawaguchi, far circle, a wrist shot, he scores! What a rip by Jordan Kawaguchi, number 29 in black. Will pick up his 12th goal of the season. The point streak will extend to 7 games for Jordan Kawaguchi after a 3-point night last night. A tie game here in Oxford with 15:36 to go in the third period. Well, Jordan Kawaguchi, who had a huge impact in the game last night, just a puck-carrying man over the line on the right wing, cut toward the middle, fired a shot, far circle, near the dot. A rip over the glove side of Cross, top right corner of the net to tie the game at 3. And this is going to be a good one from Oxford tonight. Ben Loud trying to feed it to the far side, past the stick of Phil Knies. It'll be an icing on Miami here with 15:22 to go in the third period. A face-off back down to the right of Kraz. The decision to start Kraz mostly based, Chris Bergeron said, Kraz needs to play in a big game at home. He's our future. So Ryan Larkin on the bench tonight, sitting this one out, saying Kraz needs the experience. He's our future. He's our young guy as the freshman. And wanted to see how he would perform in this test on home this season. UND works the puck deep into the Miami end. Clement far corner, wraps it up the boards. Ben Lowndes stops the puck at his own line. Feeds Barry in front of the Miami bench, but UND swarms him and almost takes it away. Barry to Dashke left side, tips it into the UND zone, and at the corner, stolen away by Machad behind his own net. Machad coming out of his own end, tripped up by Slatic, no call. Contact there, mostly with the arms. Referees don't put him up. Dashke, far corner for Johnson, off the Miami bench. And UND will try to regain control at center on a loose puck. Machad picks up the bouncing biscuit. Feeds it over the line left wing. Tyconic, far circle. Can't get it past the outstretched stick of Mahalik. Back to the far half wall. Slatic up for Johnson, who's across the red line and over the UND line at the right wing. Johnson center feed in front. Tomey patted it away to the near boards. Slatic around behind the net to the near corner. Johnson will play it behind himself to Tyconic, who pitched him against the boards. Tyconic with Adams here as a battle ensues. A lot of this stuff tonight. His players just lodged up with the puck against skates and the boards. The puck squirts free into the slot in the Miami offensive zone. It's Kawaguchi trying to feed ahead for a mismatch up the right wing, but Sidard blocking that pass at tip down. And the Rocks chip it in from Johnson on the right wing behind the UND net. Bernard Docker for North Dakota, the sophomore, will wait behind his own cage as the Fighting Hawks circle around and neutralize it in their own end. Bernard Docker still with the puck behind the net. Emerges out the left side. They try to feed it through center ice. Adams missed the play completely, and the Rocks return the puck back behind the UNT net. Bernard Docker over to Rieger, wraps it around the near boards. As coming in from the left point, Crowder plays it back behind the net. Hawkinson far corner, off the far boards. Frederick, the drive from the right point. A little snapshot there. Right in the pads of Peter Thome, who makes the save. And we'll hold on here with 13-13 to go in the third period. Miami 3, North Dakota 3. It's a good one tonight at Oxford. Jordan Kawaguchi, the game tying goal. They came at 4:24 into the third, and we're tied at 3 in Oxford. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Three tie in Oxford, Ohio. 13-13 is left in the third period here from Oxford. Face off in the UND end to the right of Thome. And it's won back by the Fighting Hawks, who play it back as center. Smith gloves it down over the line on the far side for UND. Play into the far corner, send in, angles off Clement, but Clement ends up with a puck. Gilling now along the near boards will circle back behind his own net with pressure though from Smith. Gilling finds room to feed Bachman left side. Out to the center circle, Green will backhand it behind the UND net from the near side. Thome leaves it there. Kierstead feed up to the far end of the ice. Gavin Hain with a puck over the middle of the line. A wrist shot off the stick of Crowder over the Miami net. Centering feed by North Dakota from behind the cage. Green pinned it to the near side. Kierstead a backhand feed in. And it's back to center ice. Smith here controls the right wing over the red line. Dashke now with a puck for the RedHawks. Sinard near circle, up the boards for Karch Bachman. Frisch will play it to the far side here. It's controlled by Pesky. And back up top for Mark Sendit. Off the high glass around the near boards. Caulfield left it there for Hain. Hain cross ice feed, left point Pesky. Lown comes in to pester him, and now up the boards. Here comes Matt Barry up the right side for Miami neutral ice. Lown chips it in, they're offside. Barry was over the line when Lown got the puck, and now they tag up and are onside. Allows North Dakota some time to regroup in their own end. Feed up the middle, Caulfield couldn't catch it. Russell Fernay's right wing over the UND line, chipped it in past the stick of Lown, and back the other way comes UND over the Miami line on the left wing. Machad left point, leaves it far side. Tyconic, the chip into the zone behind the net. Caulfield spins away from Mahalik. A wraparound try. The backhand is loose in front as the puck squirted into the high slot. Another shot came in there from Machad, but it was patted away by Krotz. Returns back to the UND end after Miami clear. 11:20 to go in the third. We're tied at 3. Tyconic for Rieger, middle of the ice, feeds it off the right wing boards. Pass center, Machad chipped it in behind the net. As Johnson here will leave it for Crowder on the far corner. Crowder the feed ahead, off the UND player at center to wave the icing. Tyconic hit the puck, but the pass is really going for Sladek. Far side Blaisdell. A hit there by Weatherby on Johnson to strip him from the puck. UND with it back at center. Blaisdell over the line, left wing Bowen. For Blaisdell, far circle. Takes a look back at the half wall. Now feeds a saucer pass to Bernard Docker off the bench of the right point. Lost control near half wall. Goes to the near corner. Blaisdell cycles it to the near circle. Weatherby trying to work his way to the slot. It was stripped away off the stick and back to center. Kirsten off the far boards. Pletzky came in to lay a hit on him. Redhawks will regain control in the defensive zone. Frederick D-to-D feed. Dashke up the left wing. Bernard Docker intercepts the pass. Slides it right down to Dashke in his own end. Another cross-ice feed to the far side. Frederick. Crisp, clean pass to Mose, who's over the line on the near side for Miami. Kierstead back to the near corner. Graham controls the puck for the Redhawks. Monty Graham hit by Adams there. Kawaguchi left it for Hawkinson, who slides it to the near corner. Graham hit hard by Kierstead, trying to go behind the net. Adams set the puck to Bernard Docker, who's up the far boards, chips it back to center ice. Now mismatch, a little break the other way. Room up the left side, spin around, move far circle. Fed it back for Adams, trailing through the slot, but behind his stick. And Bass near side, neutral ice. Will play this one deep into the zone. Kawaguchi, the hit on Graham. It goes behind the Miami net. Dashke, the chip up the boards for Clement. Kawaguchi laid the hit on him. Clement, the pass behind the net, up for Dashke. Far side, Hawkinson. Adams, left point. Will play it back behind the cage. Cross and Clement will tag team there to work it up the right wing boards all the way back to the UND end for no icing here. Pesky was back to play, but I guess deflected at center. Fast off the far boards. Mahalik flips it in from the red line behind the net on Tomey. Pesky behind his own cage to play it for the Fighting Hawks. Far corner, back behind the cage. It's picked up here by Gabe Bast. Smith works it up the right wing, neutralized for UND. Gilling strips it free, hits screen, center circle over the line, left wing. Green chases a loose puck to the near corner of the offensive zone. Bass the hit on him. It goes behind that for Gilling. Frisch up for Sendin. Stripped away though by Bachman. Far corner offensive zone. Cross ice feed, tipped away. Green was waiting in the near circle. It's played back behind the UND net from the left point by Sidart. Bachman to the near corner of the zone. Bass meets it there. A little chip out to center ice, 2-on-1 the other way. Send it right side with Haynes. Send it backhand shot with Haynes, and a great save by Kraz. Slid across to get his left pad on the puck. Moving right to left across his crease. Send it and Haynes trying to tag team there for a goal, but Haynes denied with a left pad of Kraz. 8:26 remains in the third period from Oxford. We're tied at 3 at Steve Cady Arena. Back in a moment. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here on Red Hawk Radio from Steve Cady Arena in Oxford, Ohio. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio tonight. Face off to the right of Kraz with 8:26 to go in the third period. A tie game at 3. Miami and North Dakota. Nice to the far side. Loud chips it into the far corner. Behind the net, Phil Nyes will catch it here as he battles now with North Dakota's Ethan Frisch. Puck squirts to the far corner. Pinto on it for UND. Plays it around the near boards, but Crowder meets the left point to play it back in for Miami. Loud behind the net. Nice far side. Trying to work his way in front, and a loose puck there. Barry. Point blank chance wide of the net on Tomey from just in front. Back to the Miami zone. The puck comes. Frederick near corner all the way around. Pinto picks off a pass for Loud. Pinto far circle. Little snapshot there off the stick, and Frederick get out of play. With 7:42 left in the third. Shots are a bit more even than they were at one point in this game. UND leads that department by a 30-21 margin. North Dakota came into the game first in the league standings, 5 points ahead of Minnesota Duluth. RedHawks came in 5th, 4 points behind Western Michigan, who beat Colorado College 5-2 last night at Lawson. Let's win the defensive zone draw. Gilling on neutral ice, feeds it across ice. Clement, right point from the red line, back behind the net. Peter Thome stops the puck, left it for Bernard Docker. Far side mismatch off the far boards, back to center and beyond. Dashke back to the near side. Gordon Green off the high glass for Adams. And Adams on time coughed up for UND, right back to Gilling. Green the flip all the way down. Bernard Docker catches it here for UND. Cross ice for Kierstead, far boards. Pass to the near side mismatch. We'll go back over to Kierstead on the left wing. Kierstead reaches the red line and dump it around the glass and back to the near corner. Sinard, backhand shovel, trying to go behind the net. Adams that time missed it. And now Bass to the right point, kept in the clearing attempt. Blasdell far circle. Pesky walks it down low, has trouble controlling. Circles back in the far corner with 6:43 to go in the third. Pesky behind the net. Dixon Bowen will fire a shot off the post on the ice. Blaisdell picks up behind the net in front for Bernard Docker, or Weatherby rather, with a chance as he came in and fired it wide on Cross. Point blank chance from straight in front. Mahalik back to center. Bachman chips it ahead, and we don't have a call here as Bachman and Pesky go crashing into the boards in front of the UND bench. Weatherby behind the UND net up the left wing. We'll get to center ice here and chip it in over the line. Weatherby far circle, centering feed in front. Blaisdell with a save by Cross. Got his pads out there. Sladek up through center ice. Pletzky trying to win a race with Fritsch. Pletzky able to hit Fritsch. In the far corner, the puck goes. Fritsch goes down. Pletzky can't get his stick in there, and UND will work it up the far boards. Hain dodging stick checks from Pletzky, and Pletzky's going to draw a penalty here. And now Hain and Frederick crash in the far corner. They'll break that up. I give Pletzky a lot of credit for skating very hard on the far side of the ice, trying to win battles. But this is a tough call against Miami with 5:49 to go in the third. Chase Pletzky will get 2 for hooking here as he was stick checking the man with the puck just enough to draw the penalty. Just a little bit of some hooks and slashes up on the hands, and that's not the area you want to hit when you have stick checks. So the faceoff will come to the right of Ben Cross. Another North Dakota power play. They are 1 for 4 on the evening. RedHawks want it to stay that way in a 3-3 game with 5:49 to go in the third. Hooking is the call for Pletzky. Sit for 2. Face off in the far circle. Pinto gets it back on the far half wall after a win by North Dakota. Near side, Kawaguchi right point. Returns. Kierstead middle line. Kawaguchi near side. Michaud off the side of the net. Picked up the loose puck by Weatherby. Near side, Kawaguchi feeds the line for Kierstead. Far side, Pinto. And a centering pass went off the stick of Graham and high into the seats on the near side. Pham made a good catch down there. So 1:39 to go in the power play, 5:27 to go in the third. And a 3-3 hockey game tonight from Oxford. Faceoff one back to the left point. Kierstead walks the line, top of the near circle. Kawaguchi a drive, it's in front of Cross. UND trying to work it back in front. Michaud kicks it to the high slot. Pinto takes it back to the far circle. Left point Kierstead, right side Kawaguchi, top of the near circle. Kierstead middle line, give and go with Pinto. Kierstead a drive wide, past the outstretched pad of Cross. Kierstead right point, played it to the circle, off the skate of Green. Gilling to Green, they'll work it free and clear it, and went into the North Dakota bench. Green was inside the Miami defensive zone, and while it will create a stoppage and a chance to change, the faceoff will come into the Miami defensive zone here with 1:07 to go in the power play. Tough break there. Green missed him by about 6 inches. And went off players in the North Dakota bench. It was 6 inches lower. Would have got off the boards and play would have continued. Face up to left to Cross. Adams and Nye square off. It goes up to the right point. Bernard Docker controls for UND. Back to the near side. Adams. Bernard Docker. Middle line off a stick and out of play. On a shot from high in the zone. 58 seconds left in the hooking minor to Chase Pletzky. 4:46 remains in period number 3. And the Rock's trying to generate some more points in the NCHC standings. Adams and Graham square off. It's work free and a tie up in the circle. Hawkinson came in from the left wing to clear it all the way down. And with 45 to go in the power play here to Pletzky. And the minor to Pletzky, the power play for North Dakota. Adams over the middle of the blue line, pass to the far side. And it's controlled here by Cole Smith. He lost control in the corner. Good strip by Clement. Clears it back to the near corner of the UND end. 30 seconds left in the power play. 4:15 to go in the third. Bernard Docker for North Dakota will circle back in his own end after reaching the center circle. Dishes back here, and Kawaguchi will go over the line far side for UND. Dodges the hit from Gilling. In front, Pinto! Fan on a shot. He had a point-blank opportunity. Went over his stick. Near corner, Green. Behind the net, Machad. Lost control. Sinard for Green. Trying to get up, but it was pinned down at the corner by Kawaguchi. Chase Pletzky out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Kawaguchi. Near circle, spin around move. Going back toward the corner on Sinard. We'll play it far side. Pinto a drive wide of the net on Cross. Weatherby to the line. Kierstead shot in. It looks front of the net. It's loose in the circle. Kawaguchi walks into the half wall as Mahalik pressures in there. Behind the net, Sinard. Machad circles back. He's up the wall. Sinard there trying to pinch him against the boards. They work it to the right point. Kierstead shot in. Immediately blocked by Pletzky. Another strong stick check on Kierstead. Gilling now will squirt free from Weatherby along the boards and rush the other way for the Rocks. Gilling will just dump it in from the red line. And back behind the net, Bast with Gordon Green. Stripped away there by Caulfield. They work it up. Bast, backhand play to center ice. Sendin will grab the loose puck in the middle of the ice. Feeds it to Payne over the line, left wing in the circle. Bast ripped wide of the net. Went off the back of the net. Caulfield couldn't get it. Back to near circle, Bast. The shot in. Cross, the great save. Rebound, Caulfield. His shot also saved by Cross. Went to the far corner, Loud. Back to center. Pesky behind the net to the far corner. Crowder picks it up there for Miami. 2:35 to go in the third. Behind the net played here by Caulfield. Stripped away by Frederick. Off the boards, Loud. Out to the zone at the right wing. Cross ice feed nice over the line. Left wing now for Miami. Stick checked away though back to center ice. A good play there by Frisch. Behind the net for Tomey. Frisch will pick it up from him and come out of the UND end with 2:12 to go in the third. We're tied at 3. Mismatch over the line right side. Almost tripped up going into the zone. Graham will hit him in the near corner. Kawaguchi looking to center. Takes it to the left side of the net. In front, a shot there. A slapper missed by Tyconic. Back to center, it's cleared. Frisch will play it into the Miami bench. Trying to dump it in the zone on the left wing, and we get a stoppage here, and then we'll get a timeout as well. The face-off will come to center ice. 1:54 to go in the third. I guess we're not going to get our timeout now, as North Dakota is not allowed to change after putting the puck into the bench. And the referee's shutting down the last media timeout of the game, so we still have that with 1:54 to go in the third, tied at 3. Gilling and Sendin square off at center. RedHawks win it back to the defensive zone. Dashke up the boards left wing. Gilling chips it in behind the UND net, chased by Bernard Docker, who cuts off Kierstead to the puck. Smith up the boards right wing for UND. Over the line on the right side, hits the circle. Smith opens up. And we'll play it back for Bernard Docker, middle of the blue line. Smith, near side, walks it up the boards. Little backhand play into the zone. Off the stick of Hayne. Bernard Docker down the near half wall with a shot. Off the high glass to the left point. Kierstead winds up, fires loose in front. Sendin could never get a shot off. Gilling with a good stick check left side of the net. Can't get it out. Smith near half wall. Cross ice feed. Now at the right point, Hayne. Kierstead will walk it through the near circle. And we'll walk it up to near half wall. Centering in front. They score! You can hear the UND fans. It went in front for Smith, who stuffed it past Cross just like that. North Dakota, good puck movement in the offensive zone. The RedHawks had their guys out there for at least a minute, and I believe it will be number 26, Cole Smith, who gives North Dakota a 4-3 lead with 1:04 left in the third period. And as of right now, this play is going to stand without any challenge or review. As a cluster of bodies in front of the net, just a centering pass. And Smith able to bury it for North Dakota with a minute now left in the third period. They lead up 4-3. Wow. Crosses out of the net, it's behind the net. Back to the near corner, Bass trying to play it out but can't. Mahalik keeps it in near side. Barry for Mahalik left point, shoots it in. Big rebound for Tomey, kept in though by Mahalik on the clearing attempt center line. Far side, Dashke to rip. That miss from the circle, miss shot. In the far corner, played here by Lown as that shot from Dashke was blocked down. Now he's behind the net, in front, Pletzky couldn't get it on his stick. Controlled here by Colin Adams, back to center, empty net, Mashad from center ice. Will shoot it in to give North Dakota the 4-2 lead. A 5-3 lead with 26.2 seconds to go in the third. Stin Mashad finishing it off for North Dakota. As the RedHawks with a great fight on the ice tonight, but just could not grab the W this evening. Center ice draw won by North Dakota. Kierstead back to center ice. Smith for Gilling. To the near side. Bachman here. Over the line on the left wing past Bernard Docker. Kierstead around the net to the far side with 10 seconds left. And goes back down the ice here. Frederick grabs it for Miami. Near side pass for Crowder. Up the boards in the near wing. Bachman will hold it there, and that will end the festivities this weekend between Miami and North Dakota. The Fighting Hawks come in and score a goal with 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the clock. Cole Smith got it from Kierstead and Gavin Hain. And the Fighting Hawks, with that go-ahead tally and then an empty net goal off the stick of Mashad, will take care of business on Saturday night in Oxford for a 5-3 win over the RedHawks of Miami. Quite a win for North Dakota, who started the game off down 2-0. They fought their way back to climb in it. Another back and forth battle between these two teams this weekend. And the Fighting Hawks end up finishing it off here with a 5-3 win in the Saturday night game. And the number one team in the nation with a huge clutch performance toward the end there to grab the win tonight in this Saturday night affair. So the teams, or the RedHawks rather, will get technically a tie and then a win in the series tonight and this weekend against North Dakota. As the Fighting Hawks lead the NCHC, have 3 critical points this weekend. We'll take a look at your scoring summary from tonight's game. And the RedHawks got 2 early goals to take the 2-0 lead. Phil Nyes, Derek Dashke both on the power play. North Dakota responding. 9:59 to the first. Judd Caulfield scored a goal as North Dakota exits the ice here, and the fans, all the North Dakota fans that travel cheering their team on. North Dakota hits the road tonight, go back to Grand Forks. They charter fly everywhere, and all the Sioux fans that are in attendance, they're not the Sioux anymore, but they're all wearing Sioux jerseys, are clapping their team off the ice. So those are the goals in the first. Shane Pinto scored to tie the game up on the power play 20 seconds into the second. Karch Bachman with a goal for Miami to give them a 3-2 lead, and then North Dakota 3 unanswered goals in the third period to tie it up 3-3, then make it 4-3, then 5-3. Kawaguchi the tying goal, Cole Smith to make it 4-3, and then Mashad a 5-3 lead tonight for North Dakota on the empty netter to give the Fighting Hawks the win. They improved to 18-2-3 on the season, 9-1-2 in the NCHC. Miami falls to 6-12-4 on the year, 3-7-2 in the NCHC. You'll have to see where both teams look in the standings tonight after all the games are played in the NCHC. Want to say a special shout out to my grandma Marlene in North Springfield, Vermont, who listens to every single Miami Hockey game on Red Hawk Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in, Grandma, and we hope you will tune in as well next Friday. And to everyone out there listening, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, next Friday is our next hockey game. It will come your way at 7:05 Eastern Time against Denver. We'll be right here on Red Hawk Radio for that one, and hope you'll join us then. So for our entire Red Hawk Radio crew, Patrick Geshan saying thank you so much for listening from Oxford, Ohio this weekend. 5-3 North Dakota the win tonight. We'll see you next Friday for Miami and Denver back on the ice again. It's been a presentation of Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Thanks for listening and have a great night, everyone.